And thank you for joining the Time Is Always Now podcast. My name is Terence Young. I am your host for the podcast. This is a podcast that's dedicated to helping people get past their excuses, helping people get past waiting on the right time to do something, right? Getting past saying, oh, I'm going to do that next week or next year, and moving forward now to make changes in their lives for the better. That's what this podcast is all about. Not waiting on some day or one day, because those days don't exist. It's all about moving forward now and making changes now. So I thank you for listening. I thank you for tuning in today. As always, if you want to donate to the cause, you can always go to my website. It's terenceyoungnow.com. That allows me to continue to do what I do in a bigger and broader fashion to get these messages out into the universe, because the time is always now. So thank you in advance for helping me and just being a part of this process. I love what I do. I love speaking, and I love encouraging and empowering other people to change their lives, to improve their lives, to move forward in their lives, to reach their next goal. That is what I'm all about. It's my life's mission. So thank you for being a part of this journey with me. So today I'm excited, as I'm always excited when I do one of these podcasts. Really, I'm excited every day. Because every day is every day that you wake up in the morning is another day to be excited about what God has in store for you. So today, I was thinking about yesterday on my run. I went running, and I've stepped up my running a little bit again to kind of build up my base, and noticed a little twinge in my right calf. So I got back, and I kind of was worried about it. I'm like worried about is it a strain? Should I hold off? Yada, yada, yada. So I found myself worrying about, should I run more or should I stop? Should I ice it? So I'm thinking about that. And I'm still thinking about that as I go into next week. And then, of course, what we got going on in the world with the pandemic, I'm worrying about that. I find myself thinking about it a lot. It's in my consciousness over and over and over again. And I always catch myself. I'm like, whoa. You got to get yourself out of worry. You got to get yourself out of worry and get back into joy, into peace. And a thought came to mind, a quote came to mind I want to share with you. And the quote is this: worry and joy cannot occupy the same place at the same time. I'm going to say that one again. Worry and joy cannot occupy the same place at the same time. So you can worry about something, or you can be in joy, but you cannot be in both. It's one or the other. And this is the thing that people don't realize. It is a choice. It's a choice what you want to do, whether you want to be worried about something, or you want to find peace, find joy within yourself, and be in that vibration instead. It's always a choice. We're in control of that. And that's a hard one to get, but we are. So today, in this podcast, I'm going to share some practical ways where we can get away from worry and find that internal joy inside of ourselves and live from there. So I'm going to give you some practical ways to do that. And I'd love to hear some of your ways that you have of living in joy and finding that peace within and being able to live from that and move away from worrying about whatever it is going on. It's easy to bring up the pandemic, but when the pandemic passes, there'll be other things to worry about, right? Anything. Could be your finances, your kids, your health, or whatever, right? How do we get out of worry and get back into joy? So 3 things I'm going to share with you today. One is finding that peace within. The second one's going to be creating a plan, creating a vision. Because when you have that vision, it pulls you forward. It moves you in a direction so you have clarity. That's so important. And lastly, pray. How about that? You want to get out of worry? Pray about it. So we're going to talk about a little bit of those as well. And what's the most effective way of prayer. So first, getting into peace. I'm going to read a poem to you. This poem is about peace. I want you to hear this. If there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace in the nations. If there is to be peace in the nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there is to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. If there is to be peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. If there is to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. There must be peace in the heart. That's Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching. And the only way to get to peace is to start within. That's what it's saying. So if you want to get yourself away from worry, first you have to do this. You got to find peace within yourself. You have to get away from the outside circumstances. You have to block them all out and go inside. There's a great song by Daniel Nahman, go inside to find my God. You have to go inside first. That's so important. You want to get away from worrying about things? Find peace within your heart. There's a great story I want to share with you of finding this. Nelson Mandela. Many of you know, President of South Africa from 94 to 99 or something like that, I believe. But before that, the real essence of his story, or the beginning of that story, is he was fighting apartheid in South Africa and was imprisoned. He was imprisoned for 27 years. In prison for 27 years. And when they let him go, when they released him, they said, what do you have to say to your captors, the people that put you here? He said, I don't hold any grudges against him. I don't hold anything against him. Because if I did, it would be harming me and my peace. If I held that grievance against him, if I walked around with that grudge, it wouldn't be hurting them, it'd be hurting me. I'd be the one holding on to it. So I released that and I am at peace. He was known for saying that you can imprison a man behind those bars. His body is behind them, but you cannot imprison your mind. You can't imprison your mind. So even though he was in jail, he was still free. His mind was free. And we know what happened when he got out. He became the president of South Africa and ended apartheid. His mind was free all of those 27 years. Talk about finding peace within yourself. Not holding grudge against his captors. The people that put him there took away 27 years of his life. That's finding peace. That's getting away from worry and finding peace inside yourself. How do you do that? What are some practical ways that you can do that? I'm going to share two things with you. Two that I do. And many of you, as you're home right now under quarantine, like most of us are, one is exercise. I'm a huge believer in running, but there's science behind this. Whether it be running, it doesn't have to be running, by the way. You can run, you can walk, ride your bike, lift weights, do yoga, whatever it is you can do that. But whatever it is, exercise is good for your mind, your body, and your soul. It releases endorphins in your body that make you feel good. There's science behind that. Rather than just sitting on the couch and going back and forth to the refrigerator, which some people say that's walking, but that's not walking. That's not what we mean. But getting out there and exercising, it releases endorphins in your body that make you feel better. That will help you to get away from worry and get back to peace. When I go out and run, it is one of the best parts of my day, especially now since there's almost nothing else to do except go out and exercise. But that is when I can release any tension that is built up throughout the day for whatever I've been doing on the phone, talking to people or whatever, and just let it all go. Give it all to God. Just let it go. It is such a peaceful time. So get out there and exercise. You want to get away from worry? Exercise. Exercise. Walk. Run. Do yoga. Ride your bike. Walk your dog. Whatever it is. Get out there and do that. Second thing you can do to get away from worry and find that peace within. Read. Many of you are doing this already. Read a good book. Read a good, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, spiritual, self-help, whatever gets you into alignment, whatever makes you feel good. Do that. Reading is so important and so good for getting you back into peace. It can help you escape to another place. It's like going to see a movie or something like that, but better, so much better than a movie when you have a good book. You readers out there know what I mean, because your imagination can take you wherever you want it to go. So use exercise as one to get you out of worry and into peace. Use reading your book, reading a good book to get you out of worry and into peace. That's how you find that joy within. Next way. How do you find joy? Get away from worry, finding that joy is creating a plan. And this is important. What I mean by that is I mean having a vision. Having a vision for what you want to do. Right? Having a vision means seeing something before it has happened, but seeing it as if it has already happened. Right? So having that vision board is so important, because on your vision board you put the things that you envision yourself having right now. That's important. That's so important. You envision yourself having them now. Now this is key, because when you have the vision, the vision is like, the vision board is like planning, right? People say planning is bringing the future into the present so you can do something about it now. That's important, right? You're bringing the future into your present, and that statement's important. Bring it into your present so you're experiencing it right now. So you have to get into the vibration of that thing. This is where people go wrong on a vision board. They will create a vision board and they'll look at it. That's good to look at it, but they don't do anything else beyond that. So you have to get into the vibration of what it feels like to have the thing on your vision board. So if it's a new house, it's one thing to look at the house on the beach and whatever the case may be. It's another thing to go see a realtor and go walk through the house. Even if you know you don't have the money right now. That's not the point. Get yourself into the vibration of what it feels like to walk through that house on the beach or with the pool or wherever the case may be. If it's a new car, then you have to get into the vibration of what it feels like to drive that new car. So you know what I'm going to say. Then you go to the dealership, you get in that car, and you drive it. You test drive it. Yeah. Get into the vibration. Yeah. See, your mind doesn't know reality from what's fake from reality. Whatever you tell it, it believes, it experiences it. That's why virtual reality works so well. We know it's not real, but it certainly feels real when we're doing it. If you sit in the car and drive the car, your body, your mind, your soul responds to that vibration. And it moves you towards that vibration. So people, places, things, circumstances line up to get you into that place. And that's how it happens. Remember this, the universe, it's not about talking about it. It's not that's not what it is. It's about getting into the vibration. The universe does not speak English. The universe speaks vibration. What are you emanating out? What vibration are you emanating out? That's why it's so important to get out of worry, because that's the vibration that you're emanating out. And the universe says, okay, well, that you won't worry, I'm going to give you more worry. Right? If you emanate out worry, the universe gives you more opportunities to worry. But if you emanate out joy and peace, the universe will give you more opportunities to emanate joy, to experience joy and peace. It's up to you. Not the talk, not the words that are coming out of your mouth. What are you feeling? That's what the universe feels. That's what God is listening to and connecting to. It's so important. So you have to do that. You have to do that. And you have to take action on your vision, whatever it is. You want to get outside of worry? Create a plan and start working on that plan. Right? We've talked about this before, and many of you are at home are already doing it. You're at home in quarantine, you ain't got nothing else to do, so you're working on things, and that's great. Building things, creating things. That's what it's about. Create that plan and start building and working on that plan right now. take action. I love to share this with people. Action, I'll use it as an acronym, what it stands for. And the A in it is act. The A is act on it. You get an idea, act on it. Right? Instead of worrying about what could go wrong, get excited about what can go right. Immediately act on it. Write it down too. That's so important. Write it down. Don't think you're going to remember it. I can't tell you how many songs I thought I was going to remember because the idea popped into my head. It was downloaded from the universe into me, and I said, oh, I'll do that later. Completely gone. And I know some of you can resonate with what I'm saying on whatever it is for you. Maybe not a song, but just an idea about whatever. You'll lose it. Write it down. Right? Speak it into your phone and record it. Because those ideas they just go if you don't. So action. First thing is act on it. Right? The next one is C, which is control what you can control. So important. Control what you can control. You cannot control what other people are going to do. You can't control the weather. Right? You can't control if a pandemic hits the entire world and everything gets shut down. You can't control any of that. We know we're dealing with it, right? But what can you control? You can control your attitude. Right? You can control how you react to what happens. You can control your effort. I love that. We're talking, if you're on a sports team, if you've ever been on a sports team, or in any team for that matter, effort. Right? You can't control what happens from someone else, but what you can control is how hard you work. You can control your effort. So control what you can control. The T in action stands for tools. Use the tools that are given to you. I can't tell you how many we walk around every day with what we call a cell phone in our hands, but let's be honest, it's a computer. We walk around with a computer in our hands. We can do everything literally from our phones. I'm at the point where I pretty much do everything on my phone right now. I don't think there's anything that I do on my laptop computer that I could not do on my phone. Use the tools that are given to you. You got a question? Guess what? Google's got the answer. YouTube's got the answer. Right? You want to build something? Go to YouTube. I bet they got the answer for you. Someone's put it up there. Right? You got to use your discernment and figure out of the gazillion answers out there, which one is the right one for you. But it's out there. So don't be wandering around saying you don't have the answer, you don't know what to do. The answers are there. Use the tools that are given to you. Right? That's the T. The I is go inside. Use that inner vision, that inner knowing. Listen to it. Listen to it. That's God speaking to you. Listen to your inner wisdom, that connection to the Christ consciousness inside of you. Instead of worrying about what is going on, listen to that inner wisdom. That inner wisdom inside of you. The O. The O is be open. Be open to the new ideas and possibilities that come your way. They're always coming your way, by the way. They're always happening, right? Right? God is always speaking to us. The universe is always speaking to us. We have to be open to what's happening. We have to be on the vibration of what's happening. This is how we miss it, right? The messages come to us in many different ways. It could be from the TV, could be from the radio, could be from another person saying something to us, family member, friend, could be from an animal, could be from a car in front of you. All of these different ways that messages are being sent to you saying, this is what you should be doing. You should be going in this direction. The universe is always speaking to us. But if you're not on the right vibration, you won't hear it. You won't see it. Let me give you an example. How many times have you went and bought a car? You know where I'm going. You went and bought a car. The car is Ford Explorer. You get your Ford Explorer, you go driving around. All of a sudden, you see Ford Explorers everywhere. But before, there were no Ford Explorers. Now, you've got yourself a 2020 Ford Explorer, and you see every Ford Explorer, some the same color as yours. You got a red one. You see a bunch of red ones, and you see green ones, and blue ones, and white ones, and silver ones. Where'd they all come from? They were there all the time. But see, it wasn't in your vibration to notice them. So you went right by them and didn't even see them. Now that it's in your consciousness, because you have one, now you see them. They didn't just appear. They were always there. This is how the universe works. Be open to the possibilities and the opportunities coming your way. When you are floating and emanating that vibration of joy and peace and love, you will see more of that in the world. And the opposite is also true. If you are emanating worry, concern, anger, well, you're going to see more of that. This is a choice. It is a choice. The last one, in action, is no opportunities wasted. Don't waste any opportunities. Do it now. Do it right now, whatever that is. Right? Whatever it is for you to do it now. And I speak about this all the time. Obviously, that's what my podcast is about. It's my life mission is about. I believe in this wholeheartedly. Do it now. And I love what people will challenge me every now and then and say, oh, well, you can't do everything right now. And I'm like, yeah, of course you can't do everything right now, but you can do something right now. That's the most important thing. People will say, well, I can't start my business because I don't have the money to pay for the building, the mortgage for the office space. It costs me $2,500 a month. I don't have the money for that, so I can't start my business. So I'm going to do nothing. No. No, you can do something, right? You can start doing your business from your home right now. See, the time is always now. It's still now. You just don't have the office space, but you can still do something now. What is it that you can do right now? I can't buy that car because I have bad credit. Okay, all right, you can't buy the car now, but what can you do now? Well, you can start working on your credit, for one. You can go sign up for Credit Karma. You can figure out what's on your credit report, get copies of your credit report and find out what's on it so you can get some of that stuff taken off or start working on that stuff. There is something you can do now. The time is always now. You have to decide, what is it that I should be doing now? I can't start my church right now. I want to start a church, but I can't start it because, I don't have a building. You don't need a building. You can start preaching from your home on Facebook Live. Yeah. On your phone. Do it from there. Start now. The time is always now. I didn't say you could do everything now, but you can do something now. What is it that you can do right now? What is it? Figure out what that is. Take action. Create a plan, have a vision, and then take action and move forward towards that vision. The universe will start putting the people, the places, the things in your essence in front of you so you can see them and you can take hold of them and continue to move towards that vision. As long as you're emanating that vibration of what you expect to see, of what you feel it right now. That's so important. That's so important. The last one I'm going to go over with you today, guys, before I close out, is prayer. Yeah, prayer. Pray about it. If you're in worry, you want to get yourself out of worry, pray. Right? Pray about it. God is in control. I believe that wholeheartedly. God is in control because God is in everything. God is in everything that's going on in our lives. What's going on right now with the pandemic and any other circumstance that you may have, God is in it. Because God is omnipresent in all things, all places, at all times. So pray about it. Now I want to touch on something really important here. I want to say this is important. All prayer works. All prayer works. So if you're on your knees praying to God saying, please, please God, help me. Yes, that prayer works. But I'm going to share something with you. There is a more efficient way to pray. And that's affirmative prayer. Right? Affirmative prayer is not it's not praying to God, but praying from God. There's a difference between saying, please God, help me, and saying, God, thank you. Thank you for the experience that I'm going through right now, because I know that it is working to get me closer to my Christ consciousness. It is working to get me closer to the I am inside of me. It is working to get me closer to the God inside of me. It is working to help me see the good in other people. It's working to help me see the good in the universe. It's working to help me see the good within myself. Thank you, God, for that. It is working for my unfolding good. I know it's all good because it's all God. That's an affirmative prayer. That is so much more powerful. Praying from God, not to God, praying from God. Yes. Yes. So use that. Get connected with that within yourself. There's an old saying that says, if you don't say any other prayer in your life, say this: thank you, God. If there's no other prayer you ever say thank you, God, for whatever it is you're going through. Whether it be the highs, the mountaintops, or the valleys. Say thank you, God. Yeah. If you want to get out of worry and into peace and into joy and into love, pray. Pray. I don't care what you believe in, or if you don't believe in anything at all, pray. Pray to the higher power that's out there, or the power that is within you. Pray about it. There's a great saying that says, if you're going to worry, why pray? And if you're going to pray, why worry? Think about it. Pray about it. If you want to get outside of worry, then think about some of the things we talked about today. If you want to get outside of worry, get into peace, get into joy, get into love. Find that peace within yourself. Create a vision, create a plan, and move towards it. Take action. Yes. And then pray about it. Pray about it and connect to the God that is within inside of you. That is within you. Yes. And if you do that, if you do those things, you can unequivocally say, I own the now, and I have won. I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you for being on my podcast. As always, I'm going to remind you, share this podcast with all of your friends, your family, your coworkers. I want everyone to get this message. Everyone needs to hear these words of encouragement, these words of inspiration to move forward, especially in these times. So thank you in advance for sharing the podcast, sharing with other people. I appreciate the love. I appreciate everyone listening and being a part of this journey. Let's move humanity forward together. My name is T.Y. I'm signing off for now. Remember, the time is always now.